Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm super excited to share with you something that's brand new over at the Spellbinders shop. And if you'd like to die cut slimlines or have quite a few of your slimline dies or slimline embossing folders or even the 2D or 3D embossing folders, that's just going to make your life a little bit easier. This is a little bit of investment, but I would say if you have a die cutting machine, you know how much of an investment that is. So this just kind of goes with the evolving product out there on the market today. This is the universal plate system, and there are 7 plates in here. The box is actually not this light. I actually took everything out. I wanted to share with you all the plates that are in here, but there's 7 plates. And the nice thing about this system is it works great with Stampin' Up! Embossing folders, 3D embossing folders, of course. Spellbinders has just came out with a brand new line of 3D embossing folders, which I have, and I get to share with you those today. I embossed everything to show you how fabulous they are. But it's nice because this will work with Sizzix brand, Tim Holtz's, also Creative Expressions, and so forth. So this is a nice little handy platform too, with an extended length to fit your Platinum 6 machine. I have everything out of the box like I mentioned, and I want to share with you everything that's in the box. And again, this is an investment, but I think it's a wise investment. These are your plates. They're all numbered. You have an A, a B, 2 C's, which were your cutting plates. You have a D, you have an E, and then you have an F. So these are all your plates. It seems like kind of overwhelming, but it isn't. The difference in size, let me show you. Let me get my camera to stop focusing. This is a regular Platinum 6 platform base, and you can see it's about 1.5 inches longer than your regular Platinum 6. Now your plates, well, before I show you the plates, let me show you a slimline embossing folder. You can see, let me grab my plates. When you emboss, you can see, well, let me grab a flat one. That one's pretty bad shape. I need some new plates. Okay. You can see whenever you emboss your slimline embossing folders, it goes basically edge to edge. There's not really much wiggle room. And the nice thing about the new base plate is you have a lot more wiggle room. There are the cutting plates. You would, of course, follow your sandwich the same way you would on your regular Platinum base. But you can see if you put this on your plate, you have a little bit more wiggle room on the ends. Let me show you an embossing folder, or a die cutting plate for a better reference. You can see if you were to put this on your regular machine, it would go basically edge to edge. Even if you want to tilt it a little bit, you'd have these overhanging. This particular die, I've had to die cut once this way, and then I've had to move my die this way to get it to cut my Y and my B for my birthday. So the nice thing about our universal plate system is you have that extra wiggle room. So that's a fun fact. Now, with all the 3D embossing folders out there, there is a sandwich that's super easy to build. And all you would do is use your platform base, your A plate, and then you would add your 3D embossing folder to that. Of course, you would put cardstock in there, and then you would add your adapter, your D plate, and then just run this through. That's how you would emboss the 3D embossing folders. As far as die cutting, all your die cutting, you'll need your A, B, your C plates. So your A, your B, stack your B on top of your A, add your C, and then you would, of course, add your die, your cardstock, and then you would add your top plate, and you would be able to run this through. So die cutting's a breeze too. Now, if you were to do a regular embossing folder, for example, the embossing folder of the month club kit, very easy. All you would do is add your B plate, the same way you would die cut here. You would add your B plate, you would add your embossing folder over the top here, and then you would just add one of your cutting plates, like so. So that's a regular embossing folder. So it's just nice that there's options. So those are your cutting plates. You also have an embossing pad. You know, Spellbinders dies has some great embossed detail. There's your embossing mat. And then they've also included a Mylar Shim. You don't want to die cut on this. It is a plastic shim. It's paper thin. But you know how you run your base through your machine and you just need that extra piece of cardstock? This shim makes it really nice. And also, Spellbinders sells, let me refocus here. And if you do want just the shims, guys, Spellbinders sells the shims individual, well, in a 2-pack, I believe, for $2.99. So that makes it nice. And then the cutting plates, I did do a price check on the cutting plates, and the cutting plates are comparable to your regular Platinum 6 plates. So that makes it nice for replacing them. So that is the universal, for the most part, the universal plate system. Okay, now I'm going to put this aside. And I was a little embossing lady today. I get to share with you all of the brand new 3D embossing folders, which I think you're going to fall in love with. Oh my goodness. Now, to emboss these, again, it was very easy with the universal plate system. All I did was add my platform base, and then I would add my embossing folder, and then I would add my gray adapter plate and run this through. And it embosses beautifully. And this is the 3D embossing folder too. And I love that there's extra room. Okay, let's take a look at all of our 3D embossing folders. This one here is called the Circle Illusion. And I labeled everything, kind of swatched everything out. But can you see how beautiful this is? This is the debossed. And then this is what it looks like embossed. Now, and I'm embossing too. I'm embossing a very heavyweight cardstock. I actually just trimmed my card bases, cardstock in half, and then it ran this through. So you could see how there's a lot of depth to this and a lot of texture. So this one here is the Circle Illusion. So pretty, huh? Okay, next I'm going to share with you. This one is just stunning. This one is called Leafy. And this is a 3D embossing folder also. And these are nice when they're debossed or embossed. But isn't that stunning? You know, I love textures on my cards. So I was excited I get to share all of these with you. Next, there is a 3D corrugated embossing folder, and this is what it looks like. This would be nice for masculine cards. And again, I embossed with a real heavy weight. I suggest spraying with water and then embossing, because since these are 3D embossing folders, it's going to stretch that paper a little bit more and break the fibers in it. So spraying it with a water bottle makes it a lot easier. That's the corrugated 3D embossing folder. Next, we're going to take a look at the tile mosaic. This one is really pretty. If I have the sniffles, and forgive me if I'm sniffling on camera, I'm trying not to do that. This is a tile mosaic, but look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And just the texture is amazing on this one. Okay, I'm going to set these aside, and I have some more. This one, if you like florals, this is the only floral that is in the new 3D embossing folders. This one here is called Beautiful Blooms, and look how stunning that is. That's just gorgeous. I think that's just simple elegance right here. Isn't that beautiful? And then I love this. It kind of reminds me of a pillow. This is called Tuft, and this is a 3D embossing folder too. Look at that. Looks just like a pillow. Love that. It's just beautiful. That's the reverse side. Our next 3D embossing folder is called Origami. And look at that. That is gorgeous. Really pretty. Love that pattern. And then we have a playful embossing folder. This is called Puff Dotty. The name of it kind of cracked me up. I just love these names. But this is super neat. You see all the little polka dots on there? Reminds me of bubble wrap. It makes me want to go in and pop them all. That's the reverse side. I think that's option also. That's the Puff Dotty embossing folder. And then you have the bevel diamonds. This is really geometric and almost 3D, I would say. Well, they're all 3D, but isn't that so pretty? The bevel diamonds. And then last but not least, I love wood grain texture, and this is called Knock on Wood. Another 3D embossing folder. You can see how deep the etching is on here, how pretty that is. Not really etched. There's no etching in here, but how deep the embossing is. And that's the Knock on Wood. So we have a whole bunch of brand new 3D embossing folders over at Spellbinders. So those are all of our brand new 3D embossing folders over at Spellbinders. Doesn't that look so pretty? Don't you guys just love paper? You guys love paper as much as I do. You can appreciate all those designs. I think they look pretty fabulous. But thank you so much. I'm not going to make a project today, but I did want to share this brand new essential plate system with you guys. And again, it is quite an investment, but I think it is so worth it, especially with all of the size folders out there and the slim lines. I think this just makes it a lot easier when you die cut. But if you have any questions or are interested in any of the products, I'll list them down below in the description area. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.